Good day, I'm Kodian Barrett and welcome to Frontline Business. Government will be spending $23 billion less for the next fiscal year compared to the revised budget for last year. The budget, tabled on Thursday, calls for a $774 billion allocation made up of $526 billion on the recurrent side and $56 billion on the capital side. Debt repayment claims the usual big bite and is set for $289 billion, which is $90 billion less than last year. The appreciation of the Jamaican dollar and having less debt to pay are the main reasons. Debt repayment amounts to 39% of the budget, or when put another way, for every dollar the government earns, 39 cents goes towards paying debt. In keeping with government's commitment to reducing crime, the Ministry of National Security has been allocated $12.4 billion more in capital expenditure, which is a 132% increase. A feature is now included in the Central Government Estimates and Expenditure, which was tabled in the House of Representatives on Thursday. Finance Minister Audley Shaw gave an outline of the medium-term expenditure projections.
This means that the estimates of expenditure for the central government being tabled this afternoon now contains 6 years of budget information. Provisional, unaudited actual expenditure for 2016-17, the approved and revised estimates for the current fiscal year, 17-18, estimates for the upcoming fiscal year, 2018-19, as well as estimates for 3 additional fiscal years, and these are projections, of course.
He says the projections for the 3 forward years is a representative of the level of spending which will be undertaken in order to continue the implementation of existing programs and projects.
This means that the estimates of expenditure for the central government being tabled this afternoon now contains 6 years of budget information. Provisional, unaudited actual expenditure for 2016-17, the approved and revised estimates for the current fiscal year, 17-18, estimates for the upcoming fiscal year, 2018-19, as well as estimates for 3 additional fiscal years, and these are projections, of course.
Opposition Finance and Planning Minister Mark Goulding supports the new feature to the budget.
The move to the rolling 3-year projections on the expenditure side is something that the Ministry of Finance has been working towards for some time. And it is good that we have reached a point where we're seeing it in these estimates, and including it will enable us to get a better idea of where we're hoping to get to. And so we very much support this and look forward to it being done on the revenue side as well in due course, though not this year, but perhaps next.
It is unlikely that the government will meet its revenue target from the tax on tobacco products this fiscal year. This is according to Carreras Limited. It is blaming this on the tax affecting the affordability of cigarettes and subsequently sales. Carreras says the government had announced that revenues from tobacco would increase by $826 million this fiscal year, with the hike in the special consumption tax from $14 to $17 per stick of cigarette. However, the company says based on actual volume performance up to December last year, it is evident that the government's revenue target will not be achieved. According to Carreras, the government is on track to collect $1 billion less than it collected in 2016-2017, which taken together is an overall reduction of $1.83 billion compared to its projections. And the cigarette tax affected Carreras' financial performance for the April to December period. It earned total operating revenue of $9.53 billion and $2.5 billion in net income, which were both down 10% when compared to the prior year. Carreras experienced a decline in sales volume since the increase in the tobacco tax. The company says legal sales volume lost its being channeled directly to the illicit trade, which continues to expand as a result of continuous tax increases. The mining and quarrying industry recorded a 15% growth during the October to December 2017 quarter, when the Jamaican economy expanded by 1.1%. The Planning Institute of Jamaica, PIOJ, has credited the reopening of operations at the Alpart Alumina Refinery in St. Elizabeth for the growth. The plant made its first shipment on the new Chinese owner GISCO in the quarter. GISCO is reported to have spent $60 million on the reopening after acquiring Alpart from UC Rusal for $299 million. The JMMB Group recorded a decline in profit during the 9 months to December 31. It amounted to $2.58 billion versus $2.68 billion in 2016. On the other hand, JMMB posted net operating revenue of $12.28 billion, which was an 11% growth when compared to the prior year. And the RGR Gleaner Communications Group recorded net profit of $79 million for the October to December quarter, which was $10 million or 11% lower than in the prior year. Despite the expected uptick seen in the third quarter compared to the previous 3 months from traditional Christmas spending, the group's results continue to be impacted by softness in spending from major advertisers. Management says it continues to implement revenue measures and strategic projects in the traditionally soft post-holiday period. In Thursday's trading session, the JSE Combined Index declined by 608 points to close at 297,409. Overall market activity resulted from trading in 52 stocks, of which 20 advanced, 24 declined, and 8 traded firm. The Junior Market Index advanced by 25 points to close at 2,925. Among the winners were Cable and Wireless, Caribbean Cement, Dolphin Cove, Grace Kennedy, and Jamaica Producers. Stocks declined for 138 Student Living, AMG Packaging and Paper, Berger Paints, Blue Power Group, and Caribbean Producers. Stocks traded firm for Barita Investments, Cargo Handlers, Fosridge Company, JMMB Group, and Lasco Manufacturing. AMG Packaging and Paper was the volume leader with over 3 million units, followed by Wisynco Group with 905,215 units, and Radio Jamaica with 745,339 units. On the foreign exchange market, the US dollar is being sold for an average $126.72. It's costing $98.62 for the Canadian dollar, while the pound sterling is being sold for $174.64 and the euro for $156.53. News in oil. U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude futures ended Thursday's session up 74 cents or 1.2% at $61.34 a barrel, extending the 2.4% gain the day before. Brent crude futures paired earlier losses and were down 2 cents to settle at $64.34 per barrel. And that's it for Frontline Business. I'm Cody Ann Barrett. Regional stories are next after the break.